Let's go next to Tamisha from New York City. Tamisha, welcome to the program. Great to have you back.
Hello?
Hello.
All right, I'm trying to hear you. The volume is not that great,
Oh, no.
but I can hear you a little bit.
Okay, good.
As long as you can hear me.
We can hear you beautifully.
All right. Well, I understand that everybody doesn't pay attention to politics the same way, and everybody's not as in tune as like myself or you.
Sure.
But I find it very troubling that people vote based on very, very, very simplistic reasons.
Well, yeah.
Like, do you see that happening a lot?
Of course. And often it's misunderstandings. That's the really depressing part. One thing that wouldn't be great would be voting for really simplistic reasons like, oh, Trump's going to build a wall that Mexico is going to pay for. It's like, oh, if you really want to deal with immigration, you've got to deal with visa overstayers. And what do we do with those who are already here? Right. So if that's one layer. The next layer goes, by the way, Trump's never building that damn wall, and there's no way Mexico is paying for it. So it's like there's a second layer, which is not only are a lot of these voting decisions overly simplistic, they're based on misunderstandings or things that people think could happen that obviously aren't going to happen, which I would argue is even worse.
Yes, and another example is that under Trump the economy was good and jobs were good, and then under Biden we had inflation and we had this problem, we had that problem. So based on that, they're saying Trump is better than Biden,
right?
And they don't understand that it's first of all, Biden created more jobs than Trump. Trump outsourced jobs, even though he said he was bringing back jobs. And you try to have these debates with people and it goes nowhere.
Yeah, and even I would argue, Tamisha, also
people.
If we want to be intellectually honest, we should also say presidents only have a little to do with a lot of those things. I mean, the Trump economy was pretty damn good in those first couple of years, but it wasn't because of anything Trump did. It was the obvious continuation from the economic circumstances that existed under Obama. I'm not even praising Obama. I'm just saying that trajectory was there. COVID hit, disaster. Trump dealt with it worse than others would have. And so the problems became worse than they had to be. Now, as you point out, record job creation under Biden, inflation lowest in 27 months, all these different things. It also only has a little to do with Joe Biden. Inflation Reduction Act was a factor, monetary and fiscal policy, certainly. But a lot of this stuff is bigger than presidents anyway. So like you're pointing out, layer one, economy was good under Trump, bad under Biden. Layer two is that's not actually true. Layer three is it only has somewhat to do with who's president anyway.
Yeah, and it's those many layers that get lost on people.
100%.
And I have one other thing I wanted to ask you.
Sure.
Are you familiar with the BRICS alliance? And do you feel like it's a big threat? And I also am hearing about our dollar losing the head of currency in the
being
world.
The reserve currency. Yeah. So the second one, it's possible that the dollar will not be the reserve currency at some point in the future. For the time being, it is. So let's table that for now. When you say the BRICS alliance, do you mean BRIC, like Brazil, Russia, India? What's the C? Now I forget. What is it?
China.
China. Yeah, of course. Is that what you mean by BRICS?
Yes, and Saudi Arabia is the S.
Oh, okay. I mean, listen, alliances aren't objectively good or bad. It depends on who's in charge of those countries at the time. What are the purposes of the alliance? And do we believe that it would be potentially a bad thing for the United States or whoever? I think in a vacuum, it's hard to say. What I will say is when our adversaries coordinate, it's potentially bad for our interests. I think that's hard to deny.
Yeah, because I'm hearing a lot of doom and gloom about this alliance and the currency. And it's like, I don't want to dismiss it, and I try to do more research, but it's hard to really get accurate information.
Of course, there are concerns, and it's a topic to look into, but jumping to the sky is falling stuff doesn't really serve anybody well.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment.
Well, Tamisha, you've really said it all. Any arguments with people in the barbershop lately?
Not the barbershop, but I don't understand how I'm living in New York City and I find so many Trump supporters.
I
It's just
know.
amazing.
I never see him, I'll be honest. No, every once in a
You're
while at a
lucky.
bar or something, but
I think I live because I've looked in the specific in the Bronx, the
yep.
specific areas that are red. I actually tend to live in.
Okay. That'll be that. That's the answer.
The
All
crazy
right. Well,
thing is that
listen.
I did go to Atlanta
Yeah.
just last week, and almost everybody there are anti-Trumpers
Right.
that
Yep.
I came in contact with.
Well, I'm sure that was a nice reprieve.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for the call. Always great to hear from you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. There it goes to Misha in New York City. That's going to do it for today. Let's go to a break. We'll take calls again. So appreciate everybody who called in today.